I took mushrooms before going snorkeling for 3 hours, and I just wanted to talk about my experience doing that and my major takeaway, which was that I will be perceived for the rest of my life, no matter what I do, no matter how much I hide. I will be perceived till the day that I die, and there's no escaping that, and there's no escaping this planet. And there was no like positive takeaway from that. That was just the bleak realization that I had. But basically, me and my friend were staying on Gili, which is like one of the 3 Gili islands, and we wanted to go to Gili, which is like the main island, right? And I had this one like cafe bar on the water saved that had like mushroom smoothies, and at this point I didn't know if they were actual like mushroom smoothies, because drugs are highly illegal in Indonesia, and like highly illegal. And so I was like, oh, I don't know, like, is it worth going if they're just going to be like health mushroom smoothies? And so we booked that trip, but we only have like 40 minutes before that trip starts, that we have to like bike all the way across this Gili island, which is not that big. If you bike it, it's 10 minutes. Drink the smoothie, bike back, and get on the boat, right? So we rent these bikes. So we go to that one, and then this young Indonesian guy is there, and I'm like, is this like real mushrooms? And he's like, yeah, they're real mushrooms. It's like, perfect, give me one. And mind you, he had like a little menu where you could choose like the strength, and it had 4 categories. So the first one was low, or like easy, and then medium, and then strong. Oh no, normal, medium, strong. And the 4th one was fucked up. Like, it was literally, it said fucked up on the menu. And I was like, never want to find out what that means. Biking, right, 10 minutes bike, we get off the bike, we return the bikes, we get to the thing, we give our ticket, and I start to feel it. I start feeling it instantly and like very like strongly. And we're getting on this boat, and there's like obviously other people on this boat, and then me and my friend are just like giggling at each other. The giggles start coming in, we're having a blast, we're just laughing, we're being whatever. And we start like, they're basically, the whole trip is like they're gonna drop us off at 3 different points around the 3 different islands to go snorkeling. So we get to the first point, we drop into the water, we have like the goggles and the snorkel thingy. And I remember snorkeling for like the first 2 minutes, and immediately like I had this realization where I was like, I'm not meant to be snorkeling in these waters. I feel like I'm invading the marine life that lives here in these waters and these coral reefs. Like, I'm not meant to be here. So I basically get immediately turned off on the idea of snorkeling. Back to the boat, and I asked the guy to give me a life jacket, which I ended up using as a flotation device, like basically like a floaty. And I was just straight up like lying on this jacket and just like floating in the water, looking at the sky, looking at my surroundings. I had no interest in being under the water, because genuinely I feel like I was invading their like personal space, the fish and the turtles and whatever. So I used it to like hold my body over as I like put the goggles on and like submerged my head, literally just like my face, into the water to just see what was in there. And I would have a bit of a look, and then I would be like, okay, this is enough. Like, I just feel so weird being underwater. I also think I came to the realization like, this isn't normal and this isn't natural for us as humans who cannot breathe underwater to be underwater for this long. I don't care if we have devices for that shit. This is not normal. We're not meant to be submerged in these waters for that long. Like, we can be in the waters. I think the water is meant to be shared by all of us, by all living individuals and beings and species and animals and whatnot. But I think like what's underneath the water, that's for the animals that are like meant to live there. Do you know, like, you don't see elephants fucking submerging themselves into the depths of the water. Like, they'll go in, they'll have a little bath, they'll have a little swim, they'll have a little drink, but they're not fucking like submerging themselves in with the fish the way we are with all of our fucking snorkeling devices. I could, like, the turtle wasn't that far away from me that I could see it, but I kept my distance, like, out of respect. And then there was this one French bitch, and it's always the fucking French people, this French guy that basically like had like his camera phone, and he ended up swimming so close to the turtle, and he was like doing like a selfie thing with the turtle. And then as he was swimming away with his like fins, because we got like attachment fins for our legs, right? I saw the turtle flinch because of how close his fin got to the turtle's face. Like, I literally saw this turtle be like it was so sad. Like, it was, and I'm high on mushrooms, obviously. Like, I'm feeling this so much more intensely. And at that moment, I was like, nah, fuck this. Like, this is so fucked up. Like, I'm going back onto the surface of the earth. And I was just floating around the waters. I ended up seeing another turtle later on. And that turtle had 1 arm. It had 1 fin arm. I don't know what the appropriate terminology, but it only had 1 arm. And I was just like, what the fuck happened to your other arm? Like, I don't even want to know what happened to your other arm. Like, I'm just like so sad. But overall, I had a really fun time. I did kind of regret the fact that it happened like right before we went on like the snorkeling trip with like a bunch of strangers, especially because it was hitting me as we were pulling away from the port, and I was like, I'm trapped on this boat with these people that I don't know. I'm about to go into open waters. Not open waters, but you know what I mean. And luckily it like calmed down and I was fine. Like, and I felt like the most at peace and centered and grounded and like calm that I felt was when I was in the water, but not snorkeling in the water, just floating in the water and just like swimming like peacefully in the water. Whenever we had to get back on the boat to go to another destination, I was just like, ugh. Maybe because I had to be around all these other people, because it's obviously like a smaller boat and we had to sit next to each other in like a circle situation. And I just remember like the whole time being like I don't want to look at anyone, I don't want anyone to look at me, I just want to be like fucking looked away at. And yeah, so that was my takeaway from that. And if you're ever in Gili or near Gili, stop by one of those surfer bar thingies on the water and get yourself a mushroom smoothie, because honestly, it was a vibe. It was really fun.